The following announcement has been paid for by Perched on the Top Rope.
What's up? This is Bobby Steveson, and you're watching Perched on the Top Rope.
And one of the things you brought up was being part of your first PLE, which was NXT Halloween Havoc in the ambulance match. How excited were you to get to be part of your first PLE and it being one of your feuds where you turn heel?
Yeah. So it wasn't supposed to be me doing the turn. It's supposed to be Roderick Strong. And so like the whole thing, if you go watching, it was like, I don't know, like a 7-month program or 6-month program. And so it was always, we were always just like planting the seeds, the story wise. It was always Roderick Strong's fault on why we were losing and why were we being cheated and stuff like that. And so it was never supposed to be me in the match. And I think he was having a neck issue at the time, like a legit neck issue. I could be wrong, but that's what I just heard. And so we were doing everything. We built everything up to for the big break to be on Roderick Strong, and everything falls on him. And so it was like it was the night before we were filming filmed the backstage, and then we had some people come in. They were like, "Hey, we're gonna have Damon do the change. He's turning heel." At the time, I wasn't upset, but it's just like also like I wasn't upset. It was like, you ever heard the term of like you don't know what's on the other side of the wall? Like you're given the elephant's tail, but on the side of the wall is the whole elephant. You don't know what's on the other side. So I took it and I was like, dang man, I was just in the group. We were doing great things. Now I'm turning on you guys, and it's just like, all right, well, like, do they not like the story or whatever? I was holding the elephant's tail. The whole elephant was on the other side of the wall. Plus, it was a good opportunity. So they were like, hey, we're gonna have Damon change at Worlds Collide. That's when I hit Julius in the back with the chair. Supposed to be rather strong. And so like we built the whole thing and everything. So I did the turn, and then like the next few weeks we had to like essentially undo everything we did for 7 months, but make it look like I did it. So like with the stuff with like the D'Angelo family, it was essentially like Roderick was paying him off in the match. If you go back and watch it, you'll see some key points at the end of the match. And it was supposed to be Roderick's fault, so that we went back and like kind of circled up everything. So that it was original story was I was coming in to help the Creed brothers win because they were story wise, they were always getting so close they couldn't break it. So like, oh, Roderick Strong, he brought in amateur wrestler, this blah 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 blah. He's gonna help the Creeds win. Creeds win the tag title, thanks to me. And so like we had to undo a lot of things, but it worked out great. They covered it all. We hit it all out of the park. And so then we went in to do that, and it was great. But I was like, man, we were doing good. I was like, I don't want to be in the group yet, but it is what it is. But it worked out great. So the first PLE, we built it up and things of that nature, and then we were going to be told it's an ambulance match, and I was like, well, there hasn't been many ambulance matches in WWE, so there's not much to watch, to get ideas from. And so we had a lot of fun ideas, like such as like we were gonna try to start the match off with like doing a pre-tape of me hitting Julius, me driving the ambulance and hitting Julius. That's how we were planning to start the match off, but it just didn't work out. And then we were trying to have the ambulance. It was tough too because like the way the performance center is set up, you can't fit an ambulance in the arena. So we like literally had to park it like out like right outside the building, but we had like a long walk path. We had to cover a lot of ground to like get there, and so we had to make it look like we weren't actually make it look like we weren't walking to something. We were casually walking over. Here's the ambulance, but we had to like actually fight through the. I think it was like I don't know, guess it was like 100 feet. We had like a fight 100 feet, but slowly make our way to it without making it look like, here we go, and did that. It was great. It was I think it was something that elevated us both, but I think one thing I kind of, if I were to redo some things, look back on, would have been, obviously they didn't know, we didn't know that, I was going to be doing the ambulance match. So if I would have known that, I would have thought it would have been a little better, just like build me up a little bit more as a baby face. Because like we watched the matches that me and Roderick Strong tagged with against like Pretty Deadly and the Legatos. We always did a thing where I was like getting beat up, and I come over to him, he'll slap me in the face, and I'd hulk up a little bit and go crazy and go crazy. And so we were getting a good feed off the crowd with that, and we were getting good feedback from the crowd. And then it was just like, all right, now we got to stop and change directions. I was like, man, I was like, if we were able to build me up as a baby face even more, how loud would that pop would have been when I hit the chair? Because if you look back on the picture, you look back on like NXT's page on their reels, I had like a few million like views on that reel. It was like their most popular reel for like months. This was when like Mandy Rose was there, and like everyone else was like that real popular. That video of the turn was getting more views than all of them. And I was like, all right, we got something cool. We both elevated each other in a way,
Yeah.
breaking off. I mean, I think we paid the story great success, the way we capped it off. But no, it was great. We had like with the pay-per-views, they give you like, here at the Performance Center, they give you like a week or two to like kind of plan it, So it was easy. So it was fun. Yeah.